Whoa, she slashes and look at her gut. Whoa, they're beating everyone up. Whoa. This is a lot of action. Oh no, oh, he gets stopped. Stops the action. Oh, battles. This is exciting. Excitement. This is... Okay. This is actually really quite loud. Hey, how's it going? This is a little loud for my liking. There we go. Let's take it down a notch. How's it going? Klink here, your best buddy in the whole wide world. Coming to you live from my apartment at 9:22. It is currently really hot. Really hot, like I really shouldn't be streaming right now because I need like the fan on. And wowee. But hi. Yo, my dude. Hey Nathan. Guess I'll crack open a cold one. And when I say a cold one, I mean a nice, cool, refreshing Mountain Dew SA. Limited time only. For 4th of July. Get them now in September, midway through September. I guess they still sell them or something. Totally not sponsored. No bullying allowed. I'm gonna... If you say mean things to me, you're banned. You're banned. No bullying. No, we're gonna... Wow. That turned red. Huh. Okay, anyway. What we're gonna do... And by we, I mean, yes, we. You, me, we're gonna do this together. And anyone else who comes and joins. We're gonna have an open discussion about a couple things, okay? First, we're gonna start by talking about the Nintendo Direct today. That's the hot topic. That's the hot topic of the internet right now. A lot of people are buzzing. They're like, "Oh, it sucked. Oh, it showed up too much Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I can't believe it." But you know, we're here to talk about it and see how it goes. And all the while, I'll be here playing this game. I'll be here playing this game. What is it? It's Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Oh, and here we go. Already being greeted by a nun. Anyway, here we are. And I guess I'll just get started. Playing the game and talking. There's a couple cutscene stuff I'm gonna have to do a little bit of story, but so... Ooh, got an achievement, look at that. So the start of the Nintendo Direct, the Nintendo Switch dude came on out and he's like, "Hello, I am the Nintendo Switch man." And it's like, "Hi Nintendo Switch guy, how are you doing?" I'm gonna turn this down. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Jingles? That's a little too quiet. There we go. Now I'll turn back up the, hold on, desktop audio. I'll turn it up to 10. That's good. So what was I saying? Right, so Nintendo Switch guy comes out and he says, "Hello, I'm the Nintendo Switch man at Nintendo, and I'm here to talk to you about the up-and-coming games of Nintendo Switch and 3DS. We're only gonna have 4 main games," and immediately that, I sure hated his annoying transition clicks. You try to be so slick and cool, but I love it. Dude, come on. You don't like so let's switch to the next thing. You don't like that? You don't like let's switch to the next thing? I think it's cute. Also, something I want to talk about this game really quick. I know I'm jumping between topic and topic, but this game's a little different from other Muso games, cause as you can see, you're running around. This is a little hub space. Never use it again. No, like... You're so mean. You're so mean to the poor man. He's just doing his job. Come on. He's just doing his job. But yeah, you see I'm like running around in open space. This is very different from a regular Muso game. In fact, if I go out into the overworld, I don't think I can do that right now, because story stuff. But if you go out into the open world, you'll see that there's like enemies out there that you can actually attack with Muso combat, but not in like a regular Muso way where you get like driven, cattled, herded into a like a map, and then you have to fight on that map. Instead, it's like a big open space. It's a little interesting that they do the game that way. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So he says we're only gonna talk about 4 games today, and that makes me a little worried, a little like, I think you should talk about a little bit more than 4 games. We said, don't worry, we're gonna have highlights of some of the smaller titles. Okay, highlights. That's good. So he starts off with a 3DS, and he shows off Pokemon. They start off immediately with Pokemon, and that's good. I like Pokemon. I like Sun and Moon a lot, like way too much, honestly. Let's see what I got. Hold on. Did I get manure? Nope. So I was looking forward to that. I'm like, okay, Pokemon, let's see what they got. And it's exactly what I said it was gonna be, and everyone said, no, we don't know anything about the game yet. No, I told you what it was gonna be, and no one believed me. They all thought, oh, it's gonna be like Black and White 2, or it's gonna be like a new set. No, it's not. The most new content we're getting is just variations of the original game stuff. It's literally the 3rd game of the generation, just made into 2 games so they can profit more. So instead of it being like yellow, crystal, emerald, platinum, it's, well, I mean, it is that. So instead of being Black and White 2, it's those games, but split into 2 games so that way they can make more money. And I knew that was gonna be the case, and nobody believed me. They said, oh, it's like Black and White 2. It's not. Yeah, things are a little different here and there, but that's exactly how Emerald was. That's how Platinum was. You didn't do exactly the same things. They expanded on certain story aspects that were barely touched upon in the original games, and to make just a better experience. And that's what Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is. And I'm okay with that. Whatever. Who cares? And they're like, okay, and that's our only 3DS title that we're gonna talk about. So let's go into some of the highlights. And they went over a little of the highlights. That new Kirby game is interesting. I got pretty excited about that, honestly. I'm let's progress with the story, so that way I have something going on while while I'm talking. So I know I said this is going to be an open discussion, but the open discussion stuff comes when I actually get to, like, the Switch stuff, the stuff that people actually care about. But yeah, that new Kirby game looks pretty cool. Top-down 3D Kirby is something I want to see more out of them, and they're doing, like, a little kind of, like, collection of battle type things, so it's like, it's a race! It's a race! And then, or combat, that kind of thing, and that's okay. Alright, let's see how that goes. I'll buy it. I'll buy it for $10 when it comes out on the 3DS eShop. But it's gonna be incredibly overshadowed by the new Kirby Switch game that's gonna come out, but I'll talk about that later. They showed off, what was another 3DS thing they talked about? They talked about that new Mario Party game that looks like a sham, a terrible decision. Let's just release the mini-games. Only the mini-games. Excuse me? Only the mini-games. These are everyone's favorite mini-games from the previous games. Okay, but don't you understand that you gotta have more to a game than just the mini-games. You can't just stick in 100 mini-games and say, yeah, it's $40, here you go, buy it. No, I need more. I need more to my game than that. I need the board game. I thought about this, like, immediately after. I was like, wouldn't it have been cool if they took different boards from the different games and put them each, like, because every single game kind of has a little bit of its own different mechanics to it. Like, oh, Mario Party 5 has the orbs, while Mario Party 4 has shops. You have, what is it? In, like, Mario Party 7, every board had a different gimmick to it. So, like, there was the hotel board, there was the spooky ghost haunted house board. What was I saying? Sorry, I got distracted by this girl. But yeah. Mario Party. But so like imagine that. Imagine if they just took boards and gameplays from those different maps and boards and just put it into one coherent experience. So you have like the kart riding from Mario Kart from Mario Party 9 and 10 that some people like. Those people are stupid and wrong. But you know, it's like how about we take those things and you put them into a game, and that's okay. Or how, and you take like my favorite map from Mario Party 2, the Western map, put that in the game. Yeah, that's, you're onto something now. Any map from Mario Party 5 was a great time. I guess they, and the 3DS has a microphone built into it. They could have done Mario Party 6? I think 6 was the one? They could have done Mario Party 6. Yeah, 6, because 7 was the, No, wait, hold on. 8 was the one on the Wii. Before they had the kart riding. 7 was the one with the microphone. I don't remember what 6 was. 6 was uneventful. But they could have, like, taken a map from, like, Mario Party 7 with the microphone. And you could have microphones and stuff with the map. You could have done it. There's a lot of things they could have done and they should have done instead of just mini-games. But instead, they just did mini-games. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the audio got all off. Skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. Weeb the moon away. So yeah, Mario Party 100 edition, or whatever they're calling it, I don't know, minigame extravaganza. That's a letdown. I probably won't be buying that. Sorry. Especially because I don't have anybody with a 3DS to even play it with, and since it's local player only, then it's super not going to do anything with it. I think there was probably Minecraft for the Nintendo new 3DS and new 2DS. Get your Minecraft. Ugh. You already have Minecraft on the Switch. You already have portable Minecraft. Heck, you have Minecraft on your phone for portable Minecraft. You have Minecraft on every portable device in the world, even the Vita. Even the Vita. Of course it was going to end up on the 3DS. I knew it was going to happen, and it's just... I don't know why, though. Because any kid that owns it on their phone, on their tablet, on their Vita, on their Switch, on their Nintendo Wii, on their Xbox, PS3, PS4, Wii U, everything. They already... yeah. And they give Todd Howard grief. So much hate. Yeah, it's, At one point, I actually wanted to own Minecraft on every device. And after a while, I realized that was dumb and stupid. So, but, that was about it for 3DS stuff. There wasn't really anything else that comes to mind. Unless I'm, like, forgetting something really important, and then point it out to me if I am forgetting something really important. Alright, here we go. We got all these people in my party now. So they move on to the Switch stuff, they said. Now we're done with the 3DS. And then here we go with the Switch. And with the Nintendo Switch... female Layton! But, I mean, that's, like... I guess that's fine. It's already out. It's already been out on phones, though, is the thing. Even though they're like, and you get an exclusive skin for the 3DS version, and it also costs twice as much. Okay, thanks Nintendo, and it's really what I want. Oh, here's the gameplay tips about each of the different characters. She uses an axe. She is a strunk. She is a strunk girl. And then there's this guy. There's this guy. And I guess you can swap out the different party members, which is, it's pretty neat. Do you do it here? Nope, that is buying weapons, and that's, stay away from that guy. Oh, yes, I am the old woman, and I can sell you. Should I be worried about my experience being hindered by amiibo exclusive items? In what game? It depends on the game, I guess you're talking about? Because if you're talking about, like, I don't know, Skyrim? No, you don't. Any game. Like I said, it depends on the game. Some games have really good amiibo support, and honestly, if you aren't using the amiibo stuff, then you're kind of missing out. And I'm not just saying that as someone who avidly tries to get every single amiibo. But then there's other things that are just like, you don't need it. It's not worth it. Cause Apple. Go to a dungeon. Dude, I'm super down for going to a dungeon. I don't have to focus on the story. I could just go and be the... Oh. But don't worry, I got these people. Oh, look, I'm also only level 2. Never mind. Can't go in the dungeon. I want the exclusive cool items and funny Mario hats. I'll say for something like Splatoon 2, I kinda wish they didn't bring back what they did with Splatoon 1 as far as like amiibo stuff goes. It would have been really nice if they didn't do that. I mean, again, I'm speaking as someone who owns every single Splatoon amiibo. I was gonna say every single amiibo, but that's a lie. I don't own every single amiibo. But every single Splatoon amiibo, it's not that difficult. There's like 9, 11 of them. That's actually quite a bit. But most of them all come in like 3 packs, so you don't have to like. But I wish that they hadn't brought back the whole, oh, if you have the amiibo, you get the exclusive items. I'm glad how they did it in Splatoon 2 versus how they did it in Splatoon 1, which was like play through levels you've already played through. Here it was just, oh yeah, just play the game and you can unlock this stuff. So that was pretty nice. I like that. But as far as like other amiibo stuff goes, there's not a lot you're missing out on if you don't have amiibos. So if you're one of those people that's like, I'm never gonna own an amiibo, they're terrible, and blah blah blah, the model quality of them isn't good. Actually quite good. They've gotten really good lately. Especially those new Metroid amiibos look really good. I've seen some of them like in person. And I'm like, those look really good. Nintendo's got their shit together now. They finally understand how to make small figurines look good. But you know, it's kind of like, I wouldn't sweat it. If you don't want to drop the $13 extra it costs for a DLC, essentially DLC stuff, and don't do it. I mean, the $13 doesn't go specifically to the DLC, obviously. It goes to the figure, and then like the stuff you get with the figure is the exclusive, it's just like a bonus. But at the same time, if that's the case, then maybe they should, you know, stock more amiibos like the Wii Fit Trainer. I've been waiting for that to come back since day one of amiibos, Nintendo. I want a Wii Fit Trainer amiibo. I've been waiting so long for one. I bought every other amiibo, but you just can't get that one. Yeah, whatever. They talked a little bit about amiibos. They were like, hey, don't forget that the Zelda amiibos, the new Zelda amiibos come out on, they come out on November 10th. Good luck finding them. We're releasing a 4-pack, so good luck finding that one, too. They're also at Target already. Joke's on you. Thanks, Nintendo. I really want the Urabusa one. And I also really want the... Did I call it Urabusa? Urabosa. And I guess what's her face? Look, that dude was so happy. They're all so happy. And I'm just killing all the monsters. I'm just killing all the monsters. What voice am I doing? I guess I'm just grinding right now. Zelda. Yeah, they talked a little bit about amiibos. Not a super lot about amiibos. And they spent most of the time talking about if the figures could pose more like their own Animu dolls figurines, then maybe I would gladly pay the money. Well, hey, listen. Okay? Listen. They made one that you can pose. They made one. They made one, so there you go. Now you gotta buy all of them. I want to do this dungeon. I want to do this dungeon. Let me do this dungeon. But I don't want this dude in my party. I want her. Yes, let's go. Whoa, transition! They mostly talked about is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Yes, it is wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon. That's oh, what? What? What did I just do? Hold on. Monster medals come in 3 different varieties: Savior, Sentry, and Substitute. Each type has its particular pros and cons. Give them all a go and find out what works best for you. Substitute types: Wild Side, amazing moves. So like what, dude? Can I just like hold this down and no? What's happening? Oh, I can here we go. Boom. I'm a slime. Check me out. Dude, check me out. I'm a slime. Look at me go. I can't hit shit. This is the worst. This was a mistake. This was a mistake. Whoa, never mind. That was the coolest thing ever. I picked up a Slime Knight bat. Oh, that takes up 2 badge spots. Oh, I got a she slime. Wow. Hold on, I'm so invested in this game now. I'm suddenly like, I came here to talk about Zelda, and I mean not Zelda. They didn't show off any Zelda DLC. Why didn't they show off any Zelda DLC? Excuse me, Nintendo. I've already bought that DLC, and I really wanted to know what the DLC was gonna be. You didn't show it off. Cute, says Bobber. Welcome, Bobber. Yeah, that's Zelda DLC. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'd really like to know what it is. But, what was I gonna say? Before I got distracted. And I know what you're thinking. Klink, it looks like you're using the exact same move. Don't worry, let's get a little bit crazy. Check this out. I can get crazy. You see, I guarantee this is not what Muso games usually are like. I promise you that. Ooh, skeleton. I want to be that skeleton. Watch this. Ooh. Strong man. I'll get back to my Nintendo talk, okay? I guarantee I'll get back to the Nintendo talk. This is a strong enemy, strong man. I must beat him. That's it. He's pretty buff. Okay, so Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm looking forward to it. And the reason I say that in such a monotone voice is, it's the truth. I am looking forward to it. However, I really just want Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Switch, especially now that they're closing the Miiverse servers, and because of that, it's actually fucking over endgame stuff for the game. Some of the endgame stuff is just going to be gone. Undoable. You cannot do certain things in that game once the Miiverse servers close down. And what that means is that, you know, Nintendo fucked up, and now they need to put... they need to give us that service somewhere else. And I would gladly pay the money to buy the game again, just so I can play it on the Switch. Because I love the game that much. I think it's an incredible game. But meanwhile, we're just getting 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And that's good. That's good. The first game is good. I got no problem with the first Xenoblade Chronicles game. I think that the story's good and the setting, but 2 is such a better game in every way. And that's no jokes. No jokes here. I know it's like the meme thing to be like, oh, it's a better game. The sequel's better, but no. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is... or Xenoblade Chronicles X is a better game than Xenoblade Chronicles 1 in every way. Character customization is a huge selling feature for me. If you didn't know that, I adore... hold on, I gotta like actually summon something really quick. Look at this little dude go. Wah! Wah! Wow. What a good summon. Okay, I have to heal really quick. Up, and I'm dead. Oh, and you swap over to someone else in your party? Okay, that's pretty cool. Hey, this is a pretty cool thing. I'm playing as a strong, buff girl. Quickly. Can I pick her back up? No, she's dead. No, she's dead. Dude, she's... Okay, we'll see you later. Guess we'll just leave her there dead. Oh no, robots. Oh, and she's alive again. We're all good. Don't worry, she's alive again. It's all good. Don't worry, she's alive again. We're all good. Okay, let's hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone here. Something fishy's going on. Something a little fishy's going on. She's dead. And she's dead. Rip and Pip. Rip and Pip. Pick her up. Get her. Okay, I'm getting my butt handed. Hold on. I want to talk about Nintendo. Please. I just want to talk about Nintendo. I don't want to play as Fat Man. Can I pick her up? No, I can't. I don't want to play as the Fat Man. Okay, I guess I'm stuck as it. They don't even give a shit about Fat Man over here. They're just beating up Teresa. And everybody's dead. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. So they talked about Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for way too long. We can all agree on that, right? They talked about it for way too long. It was only 8 minutes apparently, but they didn't need 8 minutes to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They could have just shown they should have just shown trailers. They should boom, 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 boom. And, you know. But they didn't. Instead, they talked about it for way too long. And then they showed off that new Square Enix game. It wasn't new, though. It wasn't really new. We had already seen it before. Tomb. We had already seen it before, though, is the thing. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm back here. Basically, what I'm just trying to say is that they didn't show off anything that we weren't already aware of. I think we can all agree that the fucking click. No, come on. You're so mean to the clicks. I love the clicks. You know, I love the clicks. I love how he goes, and let's switch to the next thing. I love it. I think it's a clip. I think it's cute. I think you're just way too hard. I think you're just way too hard on them. That's like you being like, man, I really hate the what's his name? The Splatoon 2 guy who makes the number 2 with his body. Come on, that guy's super cool. I don't know. What? And then Zelda, and then Mario at the end. They had Mario at the end, and we already knew about Mario. We've already known about Mario. They didn't really show anything new about Mario that we didn't already know about, and that left me kind of like, so there's gonna be something else, right? They're gonna like pull back the curtain and be like, actually, we got one more thing. Remember when like Nintendo did like really funny, really cute skits? Remember when they had cute skits for their Nintendo Directs? I know Iwata passed away and that was really sad, but just because it didn't have to completely change the format of their Nintendo Directs. They could have continued, but they didn't. Instead, now they're just kind of like little mini, like just boring presentations where they say, hey, here's the game. And then they show the gameplay, and it's like, and in Fire Emblem Heroes, you can choose from a... But it's like, I know about Heroes. I've played many Musou games. I'm playing a Musou game right now. I played the previous Xenoblade, and I know the Switch is like the new thing, and they kind of want to like target different people, and certain IPs probably don't have as big of a demographic as they should. And so because of that, it's like we gotta sell these games to people somehow. So here we go. Here's a game. Here's another game. And they gotta go a little in detail, and I get that. But they lost the root of what made their original things really good. Like, remember at E3? I think it was E3. When they just were like, hey, who likes video games? We like video games. Here's video games. And it's like, video games? I like the video games. And they spent like 30 minutes. I think the presentation was like 30 minutes at E3, but they showed video games just non-stop. It was like, okay, the next one is Metroid Prime, and then it's like, and now we also have another Metroid, and here's more video, and they just kept showing video games. They should, since they're changing the format of these Nintendo Directs so much, that is what they should just focus on. They should focus on showing as many games as possible. These highlights, that's fine, you know, they can talk about a little bit these smaller games that somebody's excited for, I'm sure. Someone out there is like, I can't wait for Yokai Watch 2 again. Okay, you can like Yokai Watch 2 again if you want, and I'm not gonna judge you for liking Yokai Watch 2 again. But what I am gonna judge Nintendo is if they spent 30 minutes on Yokai Watch 2 again. Luckily they didn't. But when games are so close to release, they don't have to continue going into detail about them. I didn't need to hear more about Mario to already know I'm super looking forward to it. It looks like one of the best Mario games in literal. Oh, okay, not literal. It hasn't been a decade yet. Hasn't been. I think it was 2009 that Galaxy came out. But it looks like the best Mario game in a crazy long time, you know. And they didn't need to like spend another like 8 minutes showing me that it's gonna be the best. I would have preferred them like actually find, I don't know, just dig in the back or something. Look up like 3 more games that maybe they could like reveal something new about. Cause honestly, like as much as I'm like, oh holy shit, they showed off a new location, that's cool. I would have honestly preferred them not show off a new location. 3, I think they showed off 3 new kingdoms. I would have liked to have found those myself. So like the beach location, I would have liked to have seen like in-game and discover and be like, ah, it's like Rico Harbor, and then been really excited. But now I'm like, okay, now I know there's gonna be that. And I could have turned out the presentation, but I wanted to know if maybe they'd pull like a Smash Bros. Or maybe like a Pikmin 4 out of their ass for the last like minute. And maybe they could have done another JPEG for just, I don't know, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing Switch. They could have just JPEG'd the title on there to say, look, it's coming. And I would have accepted that. I would have accepted it. But then again, I accept a lot of things. When they showed off Lyn is in Fire Emblem Heroes, sorry, Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors, I lost my mind. I got excited. You can go back through like the text chat and like see like I freaked out and I was like, oh my god, Lyn! What anime is this? This is Dragon Quest. Oh, Bobber, I'm gonna have to show you a girl that I think you're going to really enjoy after this. She's not a playable character, but she is somebody that you might get a little oh-whoa over. Might raise an eyebrow. Oh, it heals everyone in the party. I should have been using that a lot sooner. Oh, that's a really good move. I should have used that a lot sooner. Whoopsie daisy. Yeah. Fat man, you really did it. Though I've talked about this a little bit in the Discord, but you might not know it, but Super Mario Odyssey looks a little bit like a Hat in Time. And you might not notice it at first, but when you take a little bit of a closer look, you might just see a little bit of similarities. Like for instance, oh, both games are heavily influenced by hat themes. Okay, well I mean that's whatever, you know. Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm just saying. You look at it, take a little, like, just put it under the magnifying glass. Oh, look, they have a camera feature where you can, like, freeze time in-game and get different angles, and you could take pictures. I mean, it's like, you know, a Hat in Time does that too. And what else is this little thing? Hat of Time. It's Hat in Time, by the way, not Hat of Time. Is literally a pile of rotting bananas on top of a dead camel compared to what Odyssey will be. I'm just saying. I put $300 into one game, and so far put 0 into another. So make of that what you will. Unsubbed. No, don't unsub. Please come back. No, I think on a like serious note though. No memes, no jokes. It's like I think they're both gonna be great games, and they both do very different things. Okay, I know I was like they look similar, but when they both do super different things. Like A Hat in Time makes a much more GameCube style 3D platformer game in like modern times, and that's something that I've wanted for a long time, and the fact that we're getting it makes me very happy. Meanwhile, over here, Mario Odyssey is kind of doing whatever it wants. It's got some of like those mini games that you'd see from like Ukulele, so like Rextro's arcade stuff. They got little mini games like that in the game, but they have huge open 3D spaces, so there's no hub world or anything. So like you can, and that looks super cool as well, and I can't wait for both of them. And the fact they're both coming out in the same month, weeks apart from each other, is incredible. We're getting 2 fantastic looking 3D platforming games in the same month. And that's really cool. That's very exciting, seriously. Which one will be better though? I'm just saying. I think a Hat Time's gonna be the better game because it looks like a much more focused and game. Meanwhile, there's like Super Mario, Superstar Saga remake. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be great. Cause Superstar Saga is great, and you know, I'll say some of the sprite work is a little disappointing. The original game had such like expressive and gorgeous looking sprites, and here they did the Super Mario or the Mario and Luigi Dream Team style graphics, which isn't bad. I think those have their own merits, and I really enjoy them as well. But I feel like certain enemies are kind of lost in translation. The Bean Kingdom had such like a Jellyfish Sisters. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. That's gonna be pretty good. But I mean, I'm talking about. I guess we'll see. Again, it's one of those things where I guess we haven't seen all the sprites. But if from the ones we've seen, it's kind of like obviously I'm gonna prefer the original sprites, but and obviously with a remake, it's not going to replace the original. Unless it's like an HD remaster, in which case then boy, does it. You should never go back to the original game. For the most part, don't quote me on that because like Silent Hill, because like Silent Hill HD is terrible. But but you know, for the most part, it's like you get into an HD remaster and it's like, oh, you don't really have to. But if it's a remake, you have both games to enjoy. And in this case, the original has like the great expressive art style, and the remake has that new game mode with the minions, and I hope it's as well written as the main game is. Cause seriously, like the Mario and Luigi franchise is kind of falling off with the writing. But if they make if that game mode has the same kind of wit and humor as the main game, then cool beans. That's a great addition on top of an already great game, and I'll accept it with open arms, and I'll give it a seat at the breakfast table. They'll make pancakes for it, and they'll say, "Wow, thanks for treating me so nice." And I'll say, "Yeah, I appreciate you existing, new son." And then my old son's gonna walk in, that's Superstar Saga, he's gonna walk in and he's gonna say, Mario and Luigi is dead. This is our final chance to enjoy ourselves, even if it's what half of the game used to be. My dick is elongated, says Bob. I mean, I'll say one other thing. I do hope we at least get one more aside from this remake. Because I don't know, the original trilogy, although I don't like Partners in Time, I think Partners in Time is not that good. I mean, compared to like Dream Team or Paper Jam, it's a superior game in every way, but it's the weakest of the original trilogy, and I rarely ever go back to replay it. I think it's just not that enjoyable. What was I saying? Oh, he fell down! Let's do it! Wowie zowie! Got him! But at what cost? Oh wait, no, she's alive. We're all good. Oh, you can swap without them having to die. That would have been nice to know a really long time ago. What's this? Hold on. Something sounded really bassy. Something sounded really, really bassy, like it was like dum 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 dum. I don't know. I guess I'm just crazy. But I don't know. I'd like to see at least, even though there isn't any connecting thread between the new trilogy of Dream Team and Paper Jam, there isn't any through line that carries into each game. I'd like to still see at least one more game in it to see what they do. Because, you know, you get Dream Team, which promises a little bit more deep insight into Luigi as a character. Beyond his joke of, he's the brother, lol. And then we didn't really get that. And it promises a cool new villain, and then it was just Bowser in the end. I don't know. Maybe I'd like to see a third one. I guess. Yeah. I guess that's my Nintendo spiel. It wasn't as structured or as well thought out as I was hoping it would be. That's not the end of the stream. I actually have something else to talk about. Aside from the announcement that I'm going to do a nice little surprise stream. Guess what? Surprise! Don't tell anybody, but it's going to be a surprise stream on Friday. I guess you'll find out what it is on Friday. Wink. What was I going to say, though? No, I wanted to talk about It. Okay? I saw It yesterday. I saw It. And I'm not talking about, like, anything. I'm talking about the specific It. I'm not saying, like, I saw It, and then you're like, what's It? And I'm telling you about It. Klink, did they change the design of the girl in A Hat in Time at some point, or am I just crazy? I feel like she was much more small and cute, or crazy. She's still small and cute. You're crazy. You crazy. What was I? Right, I saw It, the movie It, and I did not enjoy it. I didn't like it. I said this was going to be a conversation between people in chat and myself. Let's go back to Nintendo really quick. I know I was about to talk about It, but let's go back to Nintendo. I want to hear what you guys thought. I know Bobber did his whole spiel earlier in Discord, but and I guess I was there with you and Nathan as well. But Mardude, what did you think of the Nintendo Direct? Anything pique your interest aside from Kirby? Oh yeah, DDD, huge DDD. You were crazy, man. That movie was great. I really liked the part where... where the cloud shows up and he isn't scary at all. But he also doesn't have the same amount of charisma that the old Pennywise had. But you know, I really liked when he turned into the monsters for one scene. And don't even talk to me about like the whatever they could, the leper man. That was a terrible design monster. I hated that design. I like the part where a bunch of kids beat up a cop. That was stupid. I hated that. That was almost as dumb as throwing a rock at his head in the original and that cracking his, and then like I know you've defeated me. But not really, because he comes back in part 2 of the miniseries, and now he comes back in the next movie that's gonna come out. It's not a spoiler, because that's just how it is. No, I hated that. I hated all the kids. I didn't think any of them were interesting. I didn't think any of them were funny. I couldn't see the Stranger Things kid as anything other than the Stranger Things kid. Sorry, you could be a really good actor. I like you in Stranger Things a lot, but I couldn't see you as not the Stranger Things kid. Oh, come on. How often do you see that happening in horror? The kids actually get... Yeah, you don't see it. And you know why? You know why you don't see it. It's because it ruins the horror. Your scary monster is no longer scary when the kids can just beat it up with some junk they find. A baseball bat, a crowbar, a stick. I think one of them had a stick. You're scary. Any atmosphere you would have had built up to that point, gone. And any rewatching you have, you just say, eh, it doesn't matter. They could just beat them up with a stick. Gone. I know, okay, like, oh, in The Conjuring 2, the big scary nun's weakness was that you just know her name, and then you could not be haunted by her. Yeah, that sucked too, but, you know, not giving that props either. Uh-oh. Whoa. That's cool, man. Kids actually ganging up on a supernatural. It wasn't cool. It was just dumb. I was not entertained by that. I was left speechless at what I was watching. Wait. Maybe your idea of what a horror has to be like and how powerful a cosmic being should be is nothing but a cliche in itself. No! Look! Listen. Ooh, you're making me pull out the comparisons, okay? But here it goes. The Exorcist. 1960? 1970. Hold on, now I actually have to look it up because I don't remember the exact date. But, The Exorcist... The Exorcist. 1973. There we go. I knew it was in the 1970s. Because I was like, it's not the 60s. It was the 70s. 1973. You know how that movie ends? It ends with the priest not succeeding. The movie never felt like a true, this is going to be super serious, but it wanted to be, is the thing. In all the interviews and everything, they said, when you compare it to the original, in the original miniseries, that was much more cartoony. It was shot and directed in a much more dreamlike state. It was supposed to seem very fantasy-like. This was very darker colors. The cinematography was much closer to the characters. And it was supposed to look, it was supposed to feel more serious, more realistic. That's why Pennywise himself also rarely ever showed up as just the clown. He showed up as like spooky things and then turned into the clown. It's because they wanted to make a more scary, a more realistic interpretation of it. And guess what? They fucked up. Because it wasn't scary. And it didn't feel realistic. But anyway, back to my comparison. The Exorcist. Now, this is my favorite horror movie of all time. One of my favorite movies of all time as well. I think it is my favorite horror movie of all time. 1973. That movie ends with the pastor, Damien. Damien, why did you do this to me, Damien? That's the mother. Painting Girl was freaky. She was good. That's the one, like, that's the monster design I'm talking about, where I'm like, yeah, there was a monster design that I really like. Painting Girl was great. Except the part where they're in the sewers, and then he creeps back after sucking on the dude's face, and then he, like, goes around the corner, his hand's still there, and he pops his head back out as Pennywise. He's just like, hey, I'm Pennywise, by the way, if you didn't know, the creepy painting girl was me, haha, I tricked you. And then he slinks back away into the corner. That was dumb. That ruined the painting girl for me as well, that moment. But, yeah, he fist fights the demon. And when I say he fist fights the demon, I'm saying he beats... Oh, I hated when Pennywise popped out of the projector. That was stupid. They had a really good scene going. I really liked it. I watched it in the trailer, and I was like, dude, that scene's gonna be really good in the movie. It might be, like, one of the only good scenes. And then guess what? It wasn't. They fucked it up at the end by having him pop out as a big 3D image, like, hey, hey, kids, see this movie in 3D so it can look more scary. But yeah, he fist fights the demon, throws it on the ground, beats it up, but it's done in a sense of desperation. He is losing that fight. Not because of the fact that he's fit, not because, like, he's actually losing the fight. He's losing the fight because he's given in. He is given in to the demon. Oh no, I started dancing. I can't stop dancing! Oh, I can't stop dancing! And it thematically plays in. Here, the theme was friendship. So because you have friends, you can all beat up the demon together. In that, there was no victory. There was no champion cheer of the fact that he was beating up the demon. In fact, it added, again, to the atmosphere, to the creepiness. Because after he beat it up, that was him giving up his sainthood. That was him giving up being a priest. And he let the demon into him. And it was the ultimate self-sacrifice. It was very emotional, very moving, thematically fitting, fantastic ending to a fantastic movie. And that doesn't ruin the horror at all that the rest of the movie had built up, because again, it doesn't lower the threat of the demon at all. It doesn't make Satan into a bitch. It always had the upper hand, and that's what good horror does. You know, it's kind of like why, like, H.P. Lovecraft stuff is so good, is because, like, the more you, like, in those stories, like, if you knew more about the monsters, that you're more fucked up. You lose that fight. You lose the psychological battle when you know more about those monsters. And that's what good horror does, and that's why it sucked. It wasn't scary. And not only was it not scary, but it was also, like, it ruined its ending. Many of the scenes that were actually really good, the Georgie scene at the beginning, started out really good. Blue Eyes Pennywise was fantastic. Why can't the horror be secretly a bitch when ganged up on? Because that's not scary. I mean, yeah, at that point then it's like, oh no, I'm alone. I'm a loner, now I'm so scared, but just make some friends. Then you're good. No more scaries for you as long as you got friends. Any horror, let's say even if, like, it was actually scary throughout its entire duration, its runtime, and, like, I was actually at the edge of my seat, and, like, it's getting really scary, really intense. Only for it to end with, nah, just have friends, you're all good, no more scares. I wouldn't be scared of it anymore. And, again, on multiple rewatches then, I wouldn't be scared. And that, good horror movies should have, like, good rewatchability. And I know what I'm saying because I like the Conjuring has a similar thing as well, a similar problem where, oh, as long as you have loved ones, you're okay. Don't worry, no scares for you. Maybe you'll get a little spooked, but don't worry, as long as you got loved ones, you're okay. And that's a problem with those movies. It kind of isn't good. It's the fact that those movies end with a happy ending as well is also a little bit of a letdown. But then again, they're based on real people that did supposedly real cases. I'm not gonna like say they happened. I'm not gonna say they didn't happen. I'm just saying that these are real people that did things and have a room full of objects. Oh, someone's doomed. Where? Oh, here. Don't worry, I got you, bro. Don't worry, bro, I got you. So because of that, they have to end it in some kind of happy way, because of course if they like have the main characters die, that's not true. There goes all valid credibility of based on a true story, you know. So that's just gone. I'm alive, thank you. But I talked about this with Zaire Dark. You know him, good Italian buddy of Bobber. I talked about this with a little bit on Twitter. If you go to my Twitter, you could probably see it. But we talked about like how horror is so drenched in cliches now. He's on a big side of jump scares not being good, and honestly, at this point in history, no, jump scares are not good. They need to stop using them. They're cheap and lazy. Zaire Dark, yeah, the Zaire. But I'm actually under the opinion that when that jump scares can be used correctly, and it can be used to good effect. They just haven't been used to good effect though in anything recently, because they're just used to give the audience that little bit of the little reminder that, oh yeah, you're watching a scary movie, by the way. If you were getting a little too bored, here's a little spook. Here's a little spook. All of a sudden, Pennywise is gonna jump around the corner and grab the girl's neck. Oh, you didn't see that coming, did you? I don't know. I am Pennywise. No, Dylan, you're not. Whoa! But, you know, at the end of the day, what I have to say about it is that it wasn't scary. Regardless of anything else it did, there were some cinematography things in the movie that I wasn't into. Like, they had that weird 80s montage cleanup scene that made no sense. I was like, why is this in the movie? This is supposed to be a scary movie. This is no different from a sudden homoerotic scene in Alien Covenant where two gay robots play the flute with each other. This is a great scene and all, but it doesn't belong in my Alien movie. You know, it's like that. It's like tonal problems in horror movies is not good. But the worst thing you can do with a horror movie is just not be scary. Because that's like making a comedy and not being funny. And nobody lets that get away. Nobody lets comedies get away with not being funny. They see them and they're like, that comedy wasn't funny. That was a bad movie because it was supposed to be a comedy and it wasn't funny. So I don't know why people are so keen on being like, you know, scary movies, they don't have to be scary per se. That's fine, you know, like a horror movie, like a psychological horror isn't necessarily going to be scary. It's going to be more like thought-provoking and interesting. But it still understands like the concept of like horror comes from discomfort and some sort of like, you know, uneasy feeling, which is why psychological horror is really good usually for the most part. It's because like you look at it and it's like, that's not normal. And then it makes you also look in on yourself, and that's where the real horror for psychological horror movies usually comes from. But watching a horror movie, though, that's supposed to, that's like, spooky monster, and then and it's not scary, then, you know, they fucked up. And I heard a lot of people laugh in the theater at some things that were actually supposed to be scary, and that just made me go like, well, they're laughing. You fucked up. And I know Pennywise is a clown, he's supposed to kind of, like, make jokes while also be scary, but again, Tim Curry just did it better. He had the kind of, like, oh, it's funny, but then was able to turn on a dime and suddenly be scary. And that's why I like the beginning scene with Georgie at the sewer, because they did that. I feel like until Pennywise suddenly grew gross pointy teeth and bit off his arm, and then they screamed and the music went, and then he pulled him into the sewer, while an old woman watching was just like, I guess old people these days, they go in the sewer sometime. And until that happened, the scene was going well. And a little production design thing that they did was the blue eyes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Blue Eyes Pennywise was a great decision. They should have had it in the movie more. He shouldn't have had orange eyes for the rest of the movie after that scene, because that killed it. I thought he was expertly framed in that scene. He had like the lighting like over his face, and it was like he was like hidden in the shadows, and you're like, what the fuck is a clown doing? You could see his big spooky smile, and then out of all that though, you could see his blue eyes shining in that darkness. That's creepy. That was good. That was good shit. They knew what they were doing with that, and until all of a sudden he went orange eyes and pulled him into the sewer and bit off his arm. Until that happened, that scene was going very well. And I know I said that the movie wasn't scary, but yeah, that scene wasn't actually that scary. Hold on, I need to actually blow up for a second. I heard the new Death Note was bad, and I believed it so. But when I saw some of the death scenes, I couldn't stop laughing. It's so funny. I'm laughing just thinking about it. They're trying to get those dead light colors going on. Are you talking about with like his orange eyes, the shitty orange eyes? Seriously, those orange I didn't like those orange eyes. Like, when he goes into his demon form, yeah, that's good, but when he's just normal Pennywise, the blue eyes were just way better. The blue eyes are just way better. Blue eyes, white dragon! But, for real, for a little production note, next time if you want to, like, create something that's, like, supposed to be subtly scary, just use the blue eyes. Just use the blue eyes! And when I'm saying that, I'm not saying, like, if you make a horror movie, use blue eyes on the monster. I'm saying is, like, use the subtle approach. Make something that's, like, spooky on, like, an internal level. You look at that and you're like, I am spooked on an internal level. Blue Eyes White Dragon. He said it. I use my blue eyes to destroy your Pennywise. Ah, but don't you know, Yugi? I had the blue eyes all along. Oh no, Kaiba! What have you done? I've activated the pyramid, Yugi, and now you can't get out of this Shadow Realm duel. You have no idea what you've done, Kaiba! That's my impression of Yu-Gi-Oh! There. And I think, you know, it says something. When the newest Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions, was scarier than it. Seriously, I got a little bit more spooked from Yu-Gi-Oh! Than I did from the movie that's actually supposed to be scary. Someone done fucked up. And why was it? Just so many reasons. If you want to watch like an 80s retro throwback that has horror aspects in it, but also stars little kids, just watch Stranger Things. It's a much better TV show. And the thing about the kids that I really didn't like was the fact that every single one of them had to have something wrong with them. Oh, here's the leader kid. He stutters. Here's the smart kid. He's OCD. Here's the kid from Stranger Things. He's a jerk and talks about his dick a lot. That's the joke, is he talks about his dick and says swear words. Here's the token black kid. He has a dead family. And I know you say it's based on source material. Stephen King came up with these tropes long before anyone else in fiction really, or in like, in stories started using them. That's okay, whatever. But at a certain point you have to look at that and say, is this really fit for a modern adaptation? And seriously, no, it's not. It's really not. There was no reason to make this new movie, aside from, well, Hollywood wants money, so let's make them remake, so we can get all the money. And guess what? It's doing really well at the box office. No wonder. I wonder why. And yeah, I'm so glad. This is a little story stuff going on. I haven't been paying attention to the story, as you can tell. Because I skipped that one actual cutscene because the dialogue was out of sync with the visuals. Hold on, where am I supposed to go? Just go down all the way back down there? No way, Jose. I'm going back to town. I'm getting really hot, and plus it's also 10:30. I have class at 11, so this was going to be a short stream. But I wanted to talk about the Nintendo Direct, and I wanted to tease my Friday stream. I got a Friday stream coming up, guys. Get ready for that. You're gonna love it. You're gonna say, "Wow, I'm so excited! I can't wait to see the Friday Klink stream. I hope it's really good." And guess what? It will be really good. It'll be very good. And also, chat seems to be dead, and everybody that was here, like, kind of just left without saying goodbye or anything. Like, oh, well, I'm bored of your stream now, so I'm gonna leave, and that's fine, you don't need to stick around. I'm just here for your entertainment, and if I'm not entertaining, then, you know, just leave. Just leave. Oops, where'd it go? Let's go into like Klink. Pennywise isn't exactly a monster. He's a weird cosmic creature. I treat him like the weird bugs from The Mist. He's certainly no fun. But here's the thing about The Mist. The Mist sucked as well, only a little bit. The stuff with the monsters was cool, but the stuff that was like, humans are the real monsters, that stuff sucked. It's no difference from if you watch like a zombie movie now, and all that does is just it deals with, humans are the real monsters. Look at what happens when you're pushed to the edge. And you want to watch that? Just watch Battle Royale. That's not a horror movie, but it tackles that topic of the edge of humanity way better than like most horror movies I've seen that try and do that. Because it's always the same thing. I'm the leader and I think this is right. And then here comes the rebel guy who's like, I don't think you're that cool. You know, we should be able to do what we want because you're trying to do bad things. And then the crowd mentality kicks in. They're like, yeah, he's right. You know, we should be able to do what we want. Why is he doing, you know, yeah, kick him out. And then like they try and like kill the main guy, and then the main dude probably has like a wife and a kid or something, and he loves them. And you know, it's the Walking Dead thing. You just, and along the way, maybe the main character does something wrong somebody in a way that's like, you probably shouldn't have done that. But you know, it's just supposed to show that even if you're a good person, sometimes you can make wrong mistakes. And just watch Battle Royale. Just watch Battle Royale, dude. It's way better. But don't watch the second one, because the second one sucks. The second one's really bad. Plus, I don't know. I prefer Stephen King's works. Oh, wait, no. I do have a good example of a horror movie that tackles the humans are the real monsters, and is also written by Stephen King. It's called The Shining. Just watch The Shining. That's got weird supernatural spooky things that go on in it, but don't actually have any real bearing on like the plot. The real plot's based around the characters, and that's great. You know, that's a really scary movie. That's really spooky, that's really scary. You watch that. But when you watch something like It, his name is in the title. It. Pennywise. I mean, yeah, it doesn't say Pennywise, but It. And they refer to Pennywise as It throughout the movie. So his name is in the title. He is the driving force of the plot. And the fact that they could just beat up It? It sucks. And yeah, I mean, The Mist also, with The Mist, The Mist is the driving force, not the things that come from the mist. The isolation that the mist brings is the driving force of the movie, and then there's the spooky things in the mist, obviously. But the spiders, the bugs, the huge behemoth thing, those things don't matter too much. Apparently the stories are all connected in the same universe thanks to Dark Tower. Not The Tower, Dark Tower. And yeah, that's something that's been set up in his actual Dark Tower novels. But also, don't watch the new Mist miniseries. That sucked too. I got like, I think 5 episodes into it, and there's 10 episodes, and it was boring. And I also hated every character in it, and it sucked. Don't watch the Mist TV series. TV miniseries. It's not good. Just watch the original movie. I think the movie does a much better job than the TV series did. Anyway, I'm done with talking about horror. I'm going to sleep. It's late. Actually, I'm probably not going to sleep. I'm probably going to play this a little bit more off stream and then go to sleep at like 12 or something, but anyway, thanks for coming. Stream Friday. Don't know what time yet, but it will be on Friday. And if it's not on Friday, then I apologize, and it'll be on Saturday after I get my car window repaired. Because that's a whole thing I have to deal with, and I'm not looking forward to that. But whatever, you know, it's nothing worse than what Bobber's going through, I guess. Bedtime. Good night, everybody. I did like a Bobber thing. I'm sorry. I'm not. It's weeb the way. Weeb the moon away. Weeb the moon away, everybody. Okay. Take care, and good night.